Hello all my super truckers. Hello YouTube. How is everybody? I am Lilly Trucker. Welcome back to my channel. I think you guys can probably tell by my voice I have been battling a awful cold. It's been awful, but I've been working through it and just trying to feel better, guys. The weather is changing here. They're calling for a snowstorm tonight, so things ought to be getting interesting, guys. They're calling for I guess we could get maybe like 8 inches of snow, so that might be getting a little interesting in Lilly Trucker land. I've been driving now for 4 years with my license, and I hate snow, you guys. I hate it. I hate driving in it. So every year I dread it. I can't wait for the snowstorms to be over. I try to count them. Like after we had 2, I'm like, oh, well, maybe we'll only have like 3 more, you know? So I just dread having to drive in snow. My own opinion is I think it's a misconception when people say, or drivers tell you, oh, well, it's easier to drive a tractor trailer in the snow. My own opinion, it is not easier to drive a tractor trailer in the snow. It is no different than driving your car, your pickup truck, your anything in the snow. Snow, sleet, rain, ice, whatever it is slippery, and you have to drive accordingly. So I do not find it any easier to drive the truck in the snow versus driving Bugsy, my Beetle. So I usually judge whether I'm going to drive. Being a local driver, I go home every night. I usually judge whether I'm going to drive in the snow if Bugsy can make it to the yard. If Bugsy can't make it to the yard, then we usually will not drive in the snow. Because I have to be able to get to the yard in order to get in Cyclone to be able to drive. So we will see tomorrow, because I'm going to try to come on and make a video with the snow that's supposed to be coming tonight, so you guys can see how I make out driving in the snow. I will tell you what I do when the roads are bad and it's snowy. I certainly slow down. I take it easy. I don't rush to get anywhere. I plan ahead. I come in early for work, and just plan to take everything a lot slower. Slow and steady wins the race. I think that's the best advice I can give any new driver, is slow and steady. Go slow. So that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. Cyclone is all fixed. He's good to go again. So I think you guys saw MudFlap was pretty upset that Cyclone went into the garage, but it ended up being a hose coming off the side of the motor that held oil, and it had something to do with the turbo also. I'm not really sure. But they changed the hose out and redid that. So the only thing that we're waiting on now is a new leveling valve, I believe it's called, for like when I dump my air to be able to pull out from underneath trailers. I'm still waiting on that to come in, but I'm sure they'll get it. For now, I just have to be careful when I'm dropping trailers, so that I don't drop trailers. So because I don't have that air dump, which a lot of like newer equipment, I know a lot of larger companies, they don't even have the option for the air dump. I think it does it automatically. I think at least that's what it did when I worked for Schneider for the short time I worked there, and I believe the Swift truck was the same. What else do we have going on? So we have the snow, we have cyclones fixed. I've been battling this cold, and we're just getting ready to go through the holiday season. Traffic has picked up. Any of you guys out there driving, or new drivers, be careful. A little bit of advice I can give you for that is remember that a lot of these people that are out on the roads this time of year, they don't particularly, especially if you're going into an area where there's shopping malls and stuff like that, these people don't particularly go to these places all year long. So they're more congested with drivers that may not, drive into city or busier areas most of the year, but they go there to do their Christmas shopping, so they're not as strong drivers. I know I noticed that myself. It's like, and I don't want to say it's just older people or whatever, it's just people in general that aren't as strong of drivers because they don't do it all the time, that sometimes they do things that are not the safest things to do. So even if you're one of my subscribers that doesn't drive trucks and you drive your car, just be careful when you're out there shopping. I know myself right now, when I go into shopping plazas, and I notice it since I become a truck driver, is like, when I pull into a shopping plaza, I think because I scan things so much from doing this job, that I think they're like an accident waiting to happen. So be careful in those environments too. And I think a lot of people have little fender benders and stuff because, again, people get into there, it's congested, and then things happen. The same goes for the road. When the road's more congested, people need to be switching lanes and stuff. And I think sometimes they get scared. Or an example is like your on-ramps. When they're coming on the ramp, sometimes they can't merge well, and I noticed that a lot, like, because they're not used to driving and merging and stuff. So I'll back off a little, guys, and let them go. A big word of advice I can say going into the holiday heavier traffic is back off a little if you have to. Let the mess go ahead of you. I'm a firm believer. I do that all year long. Every year, every day that I drive. If there's a ton of traffic and you can let that mess go, let it go. Let it get, away from you. If you don't have to be in that cluster, don't be in the cluster, because especially that goes into like the snow and the bad weather and stuff like that. Try to keep yourself out of those areas. You know how they say always have an out. The same goes with your car. Everything that applies to a big truck also can kind of carry over to your car too. So if you're not a truck driver, that's how this can help you too, is always have an out. Always have somewhere that you can go, and if there's a mess around you, let the mess go. It doesn't hurt to slow up a little bit and let it all move around and get away from you. So that's probably a big piece of advice I can give you, especially going into the holiday seasons, is just slow up a little bit, back off a little bit, watch more, watch your ramps. A big thing now is watch any ramps or any overpasses and stuff, because you could see that traffic that's going to be coming on. A lot of times, if you're coming up to the ramp, you're going to see the off ramp and what's on the other side of the off ramp, usually the on ramp, So when you're watching the off ramp, you could kind of usually see up in there, and you can see what kind of movement and what's going on over there. And I know I'll count the cars. Okay, I'll say, all right, there's 3-4 cars at the light, so I know 3-4 cars are going to be coming down, getting on. You can plan that way, whether slow up, move a lane over, whatever you got to do, plan ahead. So those are just a little bit of advice I can give you. It's not everything, but just a few little things that you can use going into the holiday season and bad weather and stuff like that. Slow, steady, back off, let the mess go around you, and always aim high in steering. It doesn't matter if you're in a truck, tractor trailer, or you're in your car. You're going to want to be doing that. I think maybe they should teach that, because even if your car, look forward, look ahead of you, see what's going on and watch ahead of you. And I hope you guys all have safe driving experiences going into the holidays. I'm sure we'll have quite a few videos before we reach the new year. I would like to welcome all of my new subscribers. I have so many new ones. Thank you so much, guys. The channel is really growing now. One of my little goals was I was like, oh, I hope the channel reaches 400 subscribers for Christmas, and I really think we're gonna crush that, guys. I think we're gonna crush that goal. So I don't want to make any crazy goals, but I'm just happy to have all of you guys. Like I said in other videos, when I started the channel, I didn't know if I'd have 8 subscribers. So I'm happy to have all of you that I do have, and thank you for continuing to watch and be a part of the channel. I'm gonna get going for now. I just wanted to say hi. It's been almost 10 minutes. So if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Down in the description below, you can find all other social media places that you can find me, and say hello if you go over there, and I'll be sure to say hi back. Tell your friends about the channel, and be safe out there, guys. I'm gonna get going for now. I'm gonna keep fighting off this cold, and I'm gonna go, guys. So you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye for now. Bye, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.